Okay, so we have some quick notes today. Unfortunately, sorry about that. Unfortunately, the bulk of what you need to remember from today is kind of just a memorization tool. Okay, so we're going to look at different rotations around the origin, and based on how far we're rotating it, we have a different rule. Okay. So a rotation is just exactly what you would think. It's just going to rotate around the origin, kind of in a circular motion. Okay, and we have different rules. Like I said before, we have different rules based on how far you go. Okay, so let's just do some quick notes here. This is the stuff that you're going to have to remember. Okay, so for a 90-degree rotation, okay, for a 90-degree rotation, AB is going to transform into negative B, comma A. So you're going to flip-flop your X and Y values, and your new X value is going to change signs. Okay, for 180-degree rotation, you're going to take your normal AB point. Okay, and you are simply going to change the signs of both of them. So negative A, comma negative B. And then for 270, you're going to take your A, B, and it's going to transform into, flip them again, so B, comma A, and then your new Y value is going to change signs. So for 90 degrees and 270 degrees, you're going to change, flip-flop the X and the Y values. Okay, so you're going to flip-flop, 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 flip-flop. Okay, for 90 and 270. For 90, you're going to change the X value sign. For 270, you're going to change the Y value sign. For 180, they stay the same, and it's just negative, negative. So, unfortunately, these are the rules that you're just going to have to memorize. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at the back page and look at some examples. Okay, so let's just go over a couple here. Let's go over numbers 1 and numbers 1 and 2. Okay. Okay, so essentially, the best way to do this is to identify the ordered pairs that are already there, and then change them based on the rule. So I look up here, I see a 180-degree rotation, and I know AB is going to turn into negative A, negative B. Okay, so let's start JKLM. So J is, looks like they're going by 2, so 2, comma 4. So that means J prime is going to be negative 2, negative 4. Okay. K is negative 5, comma 1. So K prime is going to be positive 5, comma negative 1. Okay. L is negative 2, comma negative 2. So that's going to change to L prime, which is positive 2, positive 2. And then M is positive 1, positive 1. So that's going to change to M prime, which is negative 1, negative 1. Change the sign of both of those. I did realize after I started I made a mistake on J. The ordered pair for the real J is left 2 up 4, so negative 2, comma 4. So that means my J prime is actually going to be positive 2, comma negative 4. Okay, so now that I have all of my new prime pieces, now I can go ahead and graph those. So 2, comma 4, that's over, or 2, comma negative 4, over 2, down 4. That's my J prime. Okay, K prime is going to be 5, negative 1. So there's my K prime. L prime is 2, 2. So there's my L prime. And then M prime is -1, -1. So there's my M prime. So there's my new shape. Okay, so you guys go ahead and try number 2. So pause the video, try number 2, and then you can unpause it when you're ready for me to go over it. Okay, so I look at the rule for 90 degrees. The rule for 90 degrees is I take A comma B and I flip it to -B comma A. Okay, so the ordered pairs R, S, and T. So R is -4, 0. So R prime is going to be 0 because that sign doesn't change, comma -4. Okay. S is -1 comma 5. So that means S prime is -5 comma -1. And then T is -5 comma 1. So that means T prime is -1 comma -5. So then I just need to graph my prime pieces. So 0, -4. That's going to stay the same. Oh, no, I did that wrong. Whoops. 0, -4 is going to be down here. -5, -1 is left 5 down 1. So here's my R prime, here's my S prime, and then T prime is -1, -5, so all the way down here. There's my T prime. So then there is my new shape. Okay, last but not least, we just need to look at number 8, where we have two different transformations happening at once. Okay, so I'm going to take my J, K, and L. I'm going to make the new rotations 180 degrees, and then I'm going to do the reflection. Okay, so if J is 2 comma 3, because it tells me that up in the directions, remember a 180 turns A comma B into -A, -B. So J prime is going to be -2, -3. I'm just flipping the signs of everything. K prime is going to be -1, +1. And L prime is going to be +1, still 0. Okay, so there's my reflection 180 degrees. And then I need to do the reflection across x equals 2. So I'm going to go ahead and graph the prime shape and then reflect it across x equals 2. So -2, -3, 1, 2, 3. There's my J prime, -1 comma 1. There's my K prime, and then 1 comma 0. There is my L prime. And then I'm supposed to reflect it across this line right here, x equals 2. Okay, so actually, you know what? I think I'm going to have to get these out of the way because it's going to come over here. Okay, so now I'm going to reflect it across that line, that dotted line. So it looks like L is 1 away, so I go 1 away on the other side. There's my L double prime. K is 1, 2, 3 spaces away, so 1, 2, 3 spaces away. There's my K double prime. And then J is 1, 2, 3, 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my J double prime. And there is my shape. And those are the notes.